Are you serious? Are you serious, guys? Welcome to the Coming Apocalypse. I'm Pastor Paul Begley. Um, Give me 1 second. Where's my other thing? Where's my other file? I just had it. There it is. Yes, we're serious. Guys, we've got some information very big. I look, there's some stuff happening right now that is huge on a world stage. I'm going to tell you a little part of it here, and a lot of it's going to have to be come out in the Mike from Around the World interview Thursday night. But let me, because it hasn't been released in the media. But let me share with you first. Yeah, excuse me. Let me share with you first before I get into this article um, about a brand new product called www.gutcleanseprotocol.com/Paul. That's www.gutcleanseprotocol.com. You see it on this ticker /Paul. Speaking of digestive issues, this is caused by a potential toxin that's in all the quote healthy foods that scientists have been telling us to eat with a fraudulent food pyramid for the longest time. And this potential toxin causes digestive issues, according to Dr. Gundry, a world renowned cardiologist. This is affecting millions of people nationwide. Warning signs include weight gain, fatigue, digestive discomfort, and stiff joints, even skin problems. So, while Dr. Gundry explains these side effects are often mistaken for normal signs of aging because the digestive issues develop usually over a matter of years and sometimes even decades. I can assure you that the damage is probably caused by these health foods and it's far from normal. The good news is you can easily help fix this problem from your own home. It's very simple. You just have to know which foods are actually healthy and which contain this hidden potential toxin. So here's what you should do. So you can go find this yourself. Just go right now to gutcleanseprotocol.com /Paul. That's www.gutcleanseprotocol.com /Paul. Click on the link below. I have it in the description right there below this video. Right there, you'll see it. Click on it and go there now, because after years of research, Dr. Gundry has decided to release an informative video to the public for free and uninterrupted, showcasing exactly which foods you need to avoid. Go find the video. Click on that link right there. You see the blue link right there, right on the description of this video. And that's www.gutcleanseprotocol.com /Paul. That's www.gutcleanseprotocol.com /Paul. This is a critical piece of information. I really encourage you to check this out. Now, the U.S., and this is huge because the U.S., the United States, North Korea is about ready to meet with Vladimir Putin. Kim Jong-un is going to take an armored train, literally an armored train. He's going to take it all the way to Russia to meet with Vladimir Putin. And the United States is now sending a strong warning to North Korea. U.S. officials have warned, this is in the last hour, the United States officials has warned North Korea it will pay a price if it strikes an arms deal with Russia, after saying that negotiations were advancing between the two nations. If North Korea provides weapons to Moscow to use in the war against Ukraine, it is not going to reflect well on North Korea, and they will pay a price for this in the international community. That's according to White House National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan. And Sullivan did not elaborate this morning on the potential repercussions for North Korea, which is already under United Nations and U.S. sanctions imposed over North Korea's weapons of mass destruction program. So what are you going to do? More sanctions, apparently. We have continued to convey privately as well as publicly to North Korea and ask our allies and partners to do the same. Our view that they should abide by their publicly stated commitments that they're not going to provide these weapons, said Jake Sullivan. Now, yesterday, the National Security Council claimed arms negotiations between Russia and North Korea are actively advancing after Russian Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu visited North Korea in July in an attempt to convince it to sell artillery ammunition. The council spokesperson, Andre Watson, said that the North Korean leader, Kim Jong-un, expects discussions to continue, including leader-level diplomatic engagement in Russia. He did not say when or where this potential meeting between Kim Jong-un and Russian President Vladimir Putin might take place. But I know, I reported to you, I think yesterday, it's supposed to be in Sochi, Russia, which is reachable by train. Okay. Now, CNN and other news media outlets have asked the Russian embassy in Washington for some kind of comment. Matter of fact, the Kremlin has declined to comment on this claim at all, with a spokesperson saying this morning, we have nothing to say on this subject. The New York Times, though, has reported, along with other media outlets, the potential meeting between Kim Jong-un and Putin in Russia, saying it's expected to take place this month in September. And at the press briefing this morning, Jake Sullivan also said the discussions between Russia and North Korea are evidence that economic sanctions by the West have succeeded in shrinking Moscow's defense industrial base. We have also imposed specific targeted sanctions to try to disrupt any effort to use North Korea as a conduit or as a source for weapons going to Russia. Since the war began in February of 2022, we have not seen North Korea actively supply large amounts of munitions or other military capacity to Russia, adding it's not clear what has changed in their calculus. Well, what's changed is they're hungry. The North Koreans are starving, okay? And they need to get some money and they need to get some food off of Russia. And Russia needs some of their artillery shells, as we reported yesterday. But North Korea has delivered infantry rockets and missiles into Russia for use by the Wagner forces last year. So Wagner, Perosian, was the guy who brokered and got some of the North Korean weaponry into Russia. Well, we know Prigozhin isn't going to be doing anything because he's dead. His plane was shot out of the sky just a couple of weeks ago. So now Putin's going to have to negotiate this with Kim Jong-un directly. Now, this means North Korea has delivered these rockets and missiles to Russia by the Wagner Group, but Russian troops and many more weapons they need, according to the National Security Council, John Kirby. Kirby added that any potential new deal could include multiple types of munitions and raw materials from North Korea. Russia has also received drones and artillery from Iran. The Allies and its allies, the U.S. and its allies, are also concerned about the technology that North Korea is seeking from Russia in return for some of these weapons, along with money and food, according to two U.S. officials. North Korea is seeking technology that could advance its satellite and nuclear-powered submarine capabilities, which could significantly advance North Korea's capabilities in areas the rogue regime has not fully developed. Multiple North Korean intercontinental ballistic missile tests in recent months have raised the alarm among the United States and its allies in South Korea and Japan, as the isolated authoritarian nation increases its efforts to develop weapons capable of potentially striking major cities in the United States of America. So as the wheel turns, as so are the days of our lives, okay? As the world turns, we're watching prophecy and warlords and all kinds of different groups of people working against and fighting against the United States and NATO using back channels by sending weapons into Russia. And at the same time, we realize that the United States and NATO are supplying Ukraine. So, and even though the United States and Russia say they're not at war with one another, they are fighting a proxy war as we speak. But the biggest potential of war is China. And I got some information about this yesterday, and it's critical information that we've received by undisclosed sources that I cannot reveal. And the information certainly causes for major alarm. Now, I'm going to try to have a conversation with Mike from around the world and see if we can divulge some of that information. But at this moment, I cannot. But I can say this: it is dangerous. Situation is certainly developing now between the United States of America and China. And so we'll see what we can find out. Now, I've got to head out. I've got to go catch a plane and head toward Branson, Missouri, where I'm going to be taping 2 shows for the Jim Baker Show. And it's going to be really good. These 2 shows are going to be really, really good. We're going to be talking about the final days prophecies. We're going to be looking back at some of the prophecies over the last 4 years that have been fulfilled. We're going to be looking at the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, and I'm sure a lot of other stuff that Jim Baker wants to talk about. So it's 2 full shows. I'm going to be there for an hour, each show for an hour, and those will be airing usually within a week or so. And I'll let you know when they're going to air on the Jim Baker Show. Then I'm going to turn right around on a dime, come right back home, and be ready. I'm going to Sunday. I'll be back home Friday and turn right around and be ready, preparing for the sermon I'm going to be preaching this Sunday under the big tent here in the Villages in Florida. God bless all of you. If something else happens here that's important, I'll try to cover it for you while traveling late into the night. God bless all of you. Are you serious? Don't forget, Feast of Trumpets offerings are due. It's September 16th. It's time to send in your best offering. Pray to the Lord. Ask him what you should send. Ask him what you should send, and know that God loves you. And you can send it by mail if you want to do it that way. You can just go to paulbegleyprophecy.com and do it that way, right over the right online at our website. You can pick up the phone and call your Feast of Trumpets offering by calling the main line 765-414-2230. That's 765-414-2230. All right. And you can leave your prayer request with us over the phone while you're at it. If you want, that's a good way to do it as well. So, guys, seriously, we're in the end times. Miss ED, it's good to see you. I want to say sorry for your loss of your brother that passed away, but you've been in our prayers the last few days here. And there she just put on the screen, Feast of Trumpets. You can go and do easy on Breeze. That's pbp.breezechms.com/give/online. So that's one way to do it, real easy. Or go to paulbegleyprophecy.com or paulbegleyprophecy.org. That's real easy. Or just send it by mail. Put a check or money order in the mail to Paul Begley Prophecy, 1048-B, 1048-B, Sagamore Parkway West, Box 33. That's Box 33, West Lafayette, Indiana. That's West Lafayette, Indiana, 47906. Or pick up the phone and call right now, 765-414-2230. Just know this: God wants to bless you. He wants to bless you, and he will bless you. All things work to the good to them that love and serve the Lord. Who knows? This Feast of Trumpets might be the greatest one of all. God bless all of you. I'll see you in a little while on the coming apocalypse. Give your life to Jesus Christ. He is certainly coming soon. God bless.